to Miss Cray's classroom. This is our second lesson on predicting, so if you haven't seen lesson 1, I really encourage you to go and do that one first. The link is above now. Our learning goal today is I'm learning to make predictions. Our success criteria is I will be successful when I can make a prediction while I am reading a text. Now we are doing this lesson today because in our first lesson we looked at making those predictions based on the front cover illustration and the title. However, as I mentioned previously in part 1 of our predicting lessons, I said that our predictions often change and our thoughts are always moving as we are reading a text. So sometimes when we make that prediction based on the front cover and title, it will often change while we are reading that story. So that's the skill we're going to be focusing on today, recording down those predictions as we are reading. Alright, the text that I have chosen today to make my predictions on is Dragons Love Tacos by Adam Rubin. I'm not going to be reading the book in full, but at the end of this lesson, if you would like to finish the text with me, click the link above now because I have a full reading of it. Alright, I'm not going to be making a prediction based on the front cover illustration and title because I already did that in lesson 1. As our focus today is on making those predictions while we read, I'm not going to write them all down. If you'd like to write down your predictions at home, you definitely can. I just won't because I would like to demonstrate how often our thoughts and our predictions change while we are reading. So let's get into it. Hey kid, did you know that dragons love tacos? They love beef tacos and chicken tacos. They really love big, gigantic tacos and tiny little tacos as well. I don't have a prediction yet, so I'm just going to move on to the next page. Why do dragons love tacos? Maybe it's the smell from the sizzling pan. Maybe it's the crunch of the crispy tortillas. Maybe it's a secret. Either way, if you want to make friends with dragons, tacos are key. Hey dragon, why do you guys love tacos so much? Alright, I have a prediction now. I predict that the boy who is telling the story, who isn't on the front cover, so that is kind of tricky because I didn't know that the boy was going to be a main character in the text until I actually opened it up. So this is a perfect example of how sometimes our illustration doesn't give us the main characters, so we need to make those predictions as we read. My prediction is, I predict that the boy is going to give dragons lots of tacos so he can be friends with them. I'm going to keep reading now to see if I was right. But wait, as much as dragons love tacos, they hate spicy salsa even more. They hate spicy green salsa and spicy red salsa. They hate spicy chunky salsa and spicy smooth salsa. If the salsa is spicy at all, dragons can't stand it. I'm getting a bit of a feeling in my tummy that something is going to go wrong. This page is foreboding, which means sort of predicting in a bad way, foreboding that the dragons are going to eat some salsa and something is going to go wrong. Why would the author include so much information about dragons hating salsa if something with salsa wasn't going to happen? So I now predict that the dragons are going to eat salsa and not be happy about it. Why do dragons hate spicy salsa? Well, just one drop of hot sauce makes a dragon's ears smoke. Just one single speck of hot pepper makes a dragon snort sparks. Spicy salsa gives dragons the tummy troubles. And when dragons get the tummy troubles, oh boy. If you want to make tacos for dragons, keep the toppings mild. Tomatoes, lettuce, cheese. These are all good toppings for tacos for dragons. Okay, I'm going to stick with my last prediction. I predict that the dragons are going to eat salsa and their ears are going to smoke and the dragons are going to snort sparks. I have a really bad feeling about what's going to happen. We're going to read one more page. And again, if you would like to see me finish this book, the link will be above. Hey dragon, how do you feel about spicy taco toppings? Doesn't look happy. Ooh. A lot of good stuff on the next page. Make sure you go and check out my other video. Alright, there are several ways you could complete this activity at home independently. You could do what I just did and verbally retell your predictions, or the same as our first lesson on making predictions, you could actually write those predictions down as you go. Whether you do that in a workbook, on a whiteboard, or even on sticky notes is up to you. In my classroom, I often have my students write their predictions down on sticky notes. When they are reading and making those predictions while they read, they need to get a sticky note, write down what they think is going to happen next, their prediction, and stick that sticky note on the page that made them think that. At the end, it's really good to evaluate those predictions. Were you correct? Were you somewhat correct? Were you incorrect? How did your reasoning and your predictions change throughout the text? All right, that's the end of our predicting lesson today. Were you successful? Did you meet that success criteria? Are you now able to make predictions while you are reading? Thank you for joining Miss Craig's classroom, and I'll see you next time. Bye.